Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just seeing my face for the first time, my name is Lisa, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about career, travel, lifestyle, and a little here and a little there. Alright, so sit back tight as we learn from each other and as we make the world a better place, okay? So just to put this disclaimer out there, I'm not an immigration lawyer, I am not a solicitor, I am not an immigration advisor, I'm not a travel agent as well, okay? If you need in-depth information, please reach out to your solicitor. I don't give immigration advice, I only give this information based on my personal research and just based on my personal study, okay? Because when people have reached out to me, I've just noticed people from where I'm coming from majorly Africa, we find it really difficult to do information for ourselves. We like to ask, where is the link? Where is that link? Where's the link I can apply? There's no link. You have to do research for yourself, okay? So this is just my research I have done on the internet. It is not my personal opinion. So it's just based on the research I've done, and I'm putting a video out there to help people, all right? So let's not talk too much. Today we're going to be talking about how to become a community worker in Australia. I've previously made videos about how to become an accountant in the UK, how to become an accountant in Australia. I'm going to get some information about how to become an accountant in the US and Canada as well. I'm just trying to process this professions based in an alphabetical order as much as I can, or based on demand, to put it out there for people to know, and then probably where to direct you. If you have more questions, where I can direct you to, you can reach out to these people to ask them, and they can help you so that you get to the peak of your profession in the best place. All right, so guys, pardon me, I'm going to be looking down on my iPad based on my research. I've jotted down some notes here, so pardon me, I'm going to be looking down on my iPad. Okay, so how to become a community worker in where? The land down under, which is Australia. So first of all, who is a community worker? Community worker. Who is a community worker? Now, a community worker is a qualified and experienced person who works with people, families, and groups to address concerns that deprive them of accessing basic human needs like education, housing, health services, employment, and recreation. Mind you, these individuals could range between aged individuals like the elderly and those who have disability as well. All right, you could, if you don't know what disability is, this video is not here to talk about who has disability or the categories of individuals that have disability. You can go on the internet to search about individuals that fall into this category. All right, community worker actually assists vulnerable people in the community, like I've said, the elderly population, those with physical and mental disabilities. They're responsible for creating a pleasant and active environment for their clients in group homes and day programs. So these individuals, they could be either housed to be treated within the confine of each other, like they could put them in a care home. So that's what they call like a care home, where this group of elderly patients or individuals are being brought together to be taken care of. Or they are private community healthcare workers, where you have to go to your client's home, so you have to take care of them from the confines of their houses. All right, under the supervision of social service and healthcare agents to plan group functions. So like I've talked about, they could be placed in a care home together, where you take care of them together, or you go to their house to care for them. It's still the same, it's just private and public, something like that. So what are their job descriptions? So number one on my list, you need to visit the clients on their homes, you evaluate clients' needs, their living circumstance, lifestyle habits, and health. You might need to provide physical and emotional support, personal care assistance like bathing, dressing, grooming, housekeeping, and socializing. You need to also help them to cook nutritious meal and assist them with eating. The cooking part might be the job of the chef, but in some circumstances, yes, you might have to help them to cook. Okay, so you need to create a safe environment for your clients and to help them move around. You might also be needed to conduct one-to-one appointments or group sessions with your clients. Another role would be to monitor and report your clients' progress to their families, employers, and others that are involved. So while caring for these individuals, while caring for the aged population, or those with disability, they have what they call a care plan, where you need to keep and monitor progress of their care, and you need to give a feedback as well to your boss. You need to give a feedback to your employer, or if their family visits, you need to give a feedback to their family that this is what you've done, this is how far they have progressed. You understand? If they're deteriorating, you need to communicate as well. So when I come to the point where I'll be telling you guys the particular skills that you need for this job, number one I know on the list will be your communication skills. Yes, so you need to work on your communication skills. Very, very important. Okay, so those are some of the brief tasks. There are still a lot, but I'm not going to talk about all of them because I want this video to be as brief and concise as possible. So what skills does a community worker need? Community workers who work with a range of individuals in a caregiving capacity need quite a number of skills to get on through your job successfully and acquire hands-on experience. Soft skills, so here they categorize the skills needed into soft skills and hard skills. Okay, now for soft skills, you need to generally, as a community care worker, you need to generally just have a genuine interest for caring for people. If you don't like the job, if you don't like the job, trust me, if you don't like the job, you don't like the job. Okay, so just have a genuine interest in trying to help people. You know, we back home, especially in Africa, we have grandparents, right? We have elderly parents that we need to look after and care for them. So you can look at these people as your grandparents, like they're elderly, you're there to look after them. So just have that genuine affection to just want to care for them or want to look after them. You need to have empathy, cooperation, strong interpersonal communication skills. So guys, make note of these skills, because when you are tailoring your CV, these are the skills you need to put. I'm not saying you should go and lie. Lisa did not tell you to lie. Please, wherever you're working now, you can start to build these skills. Some people, these skills are just part of them. Like for me for instance, I just genuinely love to care for people. I love like giving a helping hand, okay, to nice patients, not the ones that are not nice, okay, to nice patients only. So you can start to build these skills wherever you're working, and then impute these skills into your CV, because if you don't write it in your CV, how are these people going to know that you have these skills? I mean, these are the skills they are looking for, right? So you need to tell them, put it in your CV that yes, I have this skill, this skill, this skill, this skill, this skill. So save this video, share it to your friends that are trying to apply for this job. It's not, these skills are not just applicable to just Australia. Any other country, UK, Canada, US, and any other country, Germany, irrespective of the world, okay? Personal communication skills, patience, a friendly demeanor, and you can work independently. Time management skills, which is very, very important, and good work organizational skills. They don't want to employ somebody that is clumsy, right? Critical thinking skills, conflict resolution skills are very, very important, because you might have colleagues that are very difficult. You might have very difficult patients as well. So in the case of conflict, how do you manage this? So I'm gonna also talk about in a different video about likely questions, likely interview questions that you'll be asked when you will apply for these jobs. Okay, social awareness, good cooking skills. Well, it's not everybody that have good cooking skills, is it? Not really necessary, but if you have the skills, why not? Put it in your CV. Maybe it's that cooking skills myself that will make them to employ. You never know. So put it there. Active listening skills. All right, so these are some of the soft skills that you should actually work towards building as you work towards trying to apply for these jobs. All right, so hard skills, let's go to the hard skills. Some of the hard skills you need are evaluation of individual patient care needs, promotion of emotion, physical and social well-being, counseling and mentoring, knowledge of performing first aid in emergencies. So if you've taken up a course, or some of these hard skills are like top up, like just to push. Probably if there are two individuals here an individual A has just soft skills, and you have soft skills and hard skills. Of course, you know who you are going to pick. You're going to pick individual B because it's like an addition, okay? So if you need to do a top-up course, like a first aid course, or you need to get your care certificate that will boost you to be able to get that job, go for it. There are free courses online. There are a lot of free courses online. I will try as much as I can to drop these links in my description video, okay, where you can actually enroll for these free courses and add them to your CV that yes, I have this qualification, I have this qualification. They know that. They will, when they're looking at your CV, they will know that yes, this person knows what he or she is doing. All right. Aged care is just like the elderly people. Computer literacy, crisis response, and case management. Okay, so you can take up some top-up courses in this. That will give you an edge, an upper hand when you're applying for these courses. Okay, qualifications for becoming a community worker in Australia. So it varies really from employer to employer. You need to like have a background in like social work, physical therapy, and education, preferably. So here are the steps to qualify for this role. Number one, you must be at least 18 years of age. So in literal terms, you must be an adult because they're going to be taking care of adults, right? They don't need kids to come and apply for this role. You need to complete your year 12 or equivalent. I'm guessing year 12 should be university, tertiary level. I'm not so sure, guys. Don't quote me. I'm gonna find that and put it on the video, okay? You need to complete a VET qualification if you've got like a diploma in community service. So back in my country, Nigeria in particular, we have people like community health extension workers. They call them the CHU. So I think they fall into this category. So yes, you can migrate as a community health extension worker to work as a community worker in Australia. And guess what, guys? They need a lot of people in the healthcare sector. You guys don't do your research. You just sit down, you come to people's DM, you think you have, it's just the audacity for me. You come to people's DM asking questions like, how far, how can I migrate as a CHU to Australia? How can I migrate as a CHU to Europe, UK, US? You've not gone to do your information. You don't go online to watch videos like this or people that are already there that dishing out this information. You come to people's DM and you think you have the right just to be asking questions like that. Do your research first. When they see your efforts, that yes, at least you've done a bit of research on your end, then they can help you. Okay, so you need to undergo a police check. So there's like a DBS. You need to do this police check, police clearance, overseas police check before you qualify to apply for this role. You need to get experience. Very important, of course. You have to have experience on the job. So steps to becoming a community worker in Australia. Number one, you need to study for a formal qualification in community support. This is applicable to individuals that are already residing there that want to jump on the ladder to become a community worker there. So the first step is to build your career, complete an accredited community support course like a diploma of community services. So probably if you have migrated to Australia, probably as a dependent, probably you are schooling and then you migrated as a family and the other person wants to become a community worker. So you could take up diploma courses. The good thing about this country is some of these courses are online. Some of them are part-time. It's make things so easy. So easy, guys. So you can actually do these courses. I'm sure it's like very brief for you to be able to level up to apply for these jobs, okay? And while you're doing that, you need to gain work experience. Number two, gain relevant work experience. The same thing I've talked about. Work experience is very, very important. Step three would be to get the necessary clearance. So before working with vulnerable individuals, most states require you to pass a national police check as part of the hiring process. So this is also applicable if you want to work as a community worker or as a social worker in the UK. Before they even start the whole process, like after applying, you get the job, you apply, You send them your CV, tailor your CV and write detailed. When you get the job, the first thing they will do is they are going to perform a police clearance check on you. So this is just to check that you don't have any criminal records, you don't have any criminal background. So that might take a while. So they might perform this criminal check to make sure that you don't have any criminal background, okay? Because you're going to be working with individuals that are at risk, right? So they don't want you to put their patients or their clients to risk, okay? 5 would be to gain professional membership. So there is a membership known as the ACWA, that is Australian Community Workers Association. So gaining membership with them will actually help you to obtain recognition as a valid community support worker. So to gain professional membership, you must complete an approved 2-year diploma or relevant bachelor's degree within the community services industry. I'm not sure if you volunteer, if that will actually still count. I'm not so sure. But you can always ask. You know, there are Facebook groups online that you can go on there, join these groups and get information. Stop wasting your time watching unnecessary comedy skits. I keep saying it. Watching unnecessary videos that doesn't add value to you. Those things are important, but at the right time, okay? And step number 6 is for you to go ahead and apply for jobs. So there are a lot of jobs out there. Once you have the required qualification and the professional membership, you are good to go. So apply for entry-level positions. Most of the time, if you don't have experience, you have to start from entry level. So you can go on the website SEEK. I keep talking about SEEK, SEEK.au. So go on this website, search for entry-level positions as a community worker. You see a lot of jobs there. A lot. Apply. Depending on the state you want to stay. The codes you need to type in care worker, community care worker, community support worker, residential care worker, aged care support worker, or disability support worker. So those are the search words that you need to apply on this site that will give you a list of jobs so that you can apply for, okay? I'm just gonna go into salary. Yes, so let's talk about salary and the pay. So here are the typical specialist roles along with their salaries. I'm just going to read it out here. As a youth support worker, you could earn 42.27 Australian dollars per hour. So guys, this country, well, majority, I'm not sure about US and Canada, but UK, Australia, they pay per hour. I think that's the right way to structure salaries. Back in my country, we're paid per month. We're not paid per hour, but it should be per hour because you're a skilled professional, okay? So as a disability support worker, you earn 35.54 Australian dollars per hour. And support worker, same. Residential care worker, $30 and 30 Australian dollars per hour. So, and that's how the list goes, okay? There are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of employment opportunities for community workers in Australia, and this profession will actually help you to gain counseling skills, advocacy, and group work skills. You could start with that, and then if you want to climb up the ladder to a different profession, that's always like a start, like a gateway for you to start as well, okay? So I've mentioned a very legit website where you can get these jobs. So go on the internet and type www.seek, SEEK, okay? Or if you just type seek.au, you will see the website. So click on it. It has like a purple and navy blue color there, and then search for this works, okay? Rewarding job, to be honest, and you could actually climb up the ladder from being just a junior support worker to as high as a case manager. Yes, if you do an advanced diploma of community sector management, you could climb up the ladder to get to that senior level and get that senior money. You understand what I'm talking about? Percentages of employment, it's really high. I can see here, for instance, in New South Wales, 29%, which is the highest. Victoria, 25%, Queensland, 15%, and the least being the Australian Capital Territory. Average age of community workers, you should be at least less than 45 years old. Anywhere in Australia, you have to just be less than. If you want to be considered to be able to migrate, you have to be less than 45 years old. That doesn't mean if you are above that, you can't get the job. You can, but probably they will need more requirements and all that. You get what I mean? So while you're young and active and jovial, go and get that job, okay? Yes, so average annual salary 62,492 Australian dollars. Don't make the mistake of converting to your money back in your country, because you don't spend on this currency back in your country. You are going to spend in Australian dollar, okay? So by the end of the day, you still have like a lot of money to save. If you want to get permanent residence in community service in Australia, okay, I've just seen that information, so I'm just going to read it out for you guys. So yes, in Australia, qualified overseas workers can actually obtain a skilled permanent residence to work as community workers on that ANSCO 411711. So the process here, I'm just going to read it out for you guys. They said you can apply for a community worker 190 visa. That's the name of the visa. Community worker 190 visa. It's a permanent visa, or you can apply for a visa subclass 491 to live and work in Australia for 5 years in the hope that you're going to get permanent residence at the end of the day and then switch to via the subclass 191. So, but to be eligible for this community visa, you have to fulfill the following requirements. Okay, number one, you must be less than 45 years of age. I've talked about that. You must score at least 65 immigration points or higher as per the state or territory requirements. So you can go for permanent residence. I think it's similar to Canada, where they have this express entries, like a pool where you calculate your points that is going to qualify you to know if you actually qualify for a particular visa to become a permanent resident. Okay, there are a lot of factors: your age, whether you have a bachelor's degree or a master's or PhD, your English level skills, and your age as well. I've talked about that as well. Yeah, so you can go on the internet and search for immigration points scale for Australia, and then you can put in the details to see exactly what points you score. So, but most importantly, you should be above 65, whatever you're doing. And another eligibility for you to apply to be a permanent resident as a community worker is you must have competent English. Okay, so you need to have scored at least 6 in your IELTS or equivalent, and then you can obtain a positive community worker skill assessment by meeting one of the below qualification criteria. Number one, you need to have an ACWA. You know, I talked about what an ACWA means, right? Accredited Community Worker Association. Yes. So you need to have an ACWA accredited diploma or higher course. So by doing this skill assessments, these skills assessments now they will assess your documents to see if it's the same standard, if it measures up. So let's say this is somebody in Australia now. The person has a diploma, or let's say a bachelor's degree in community health, right? And then you're in Nigeria, or in Africa, you have your community health extension worker certificate. Now they have to assess that your document, if it's in line, if it tallies with their own standard. Okay, so that's the reason why you need to do this skill assessment. So number two is you need to also have qualification criteria is a professionally accredited ACWA recognized course equivalent to an ACWA accredited AQF level 7 degree or higher, which is like a bachelor's degree or higher with a community and human service focus. So I'm not sure back in my country if we have a bachelor's degree in community health. I am not sure, guys. I don't know. But if you do, then you can always apply for your skills assessment to this ACWA body. for them to assess your credentials to see that, okay, yes, it measures up to our standard. Then proceed to the next step, okay? And then after doing that, you have to file an expression of interest, an EOI application, and then you are going to be invited by the state, and then you can now lodge your visa application. So you can now see that visa is like the last stage of the whole process. First of all, you should be less than 45. In summary, be less than 45. Secondly, assess yourself using that immigration skill, right? Check the immigration skill to see that, yeah, it's above 65. So if you have your bachelor's, your age, your IELTS, your OET, your PTE, you can assess that to see that, okay, yes, you measure up and then you meet the requirements. After doing that, you have to write to IELTS. Or I don't know if I'm not sure if they accept OET. I can't see OET here. What I can see is IELTS, but you can always find out if they accept OET. I'm sure they should accept OET and PTE. And then for IELTS, you need to score equivalent of 6. Your age, tick. Your immigration points above 65, tick. IELTS 6, tick. Now what next? Then you need to do skill obtain skill assessment. Apply for the skill assessment. They have their website. You can apply to them. Some of them might need you to maybe send your transcript or send your credential of your hours of schooling and all those things. But when you get on the website, whatever details they need from you, it is on there. Okay? So guys, these things is straightforward, but if you don't know how to arrange these things, arrange your documents, to put the right document at the right, you cannot lie. Because some of them might need to double check your credentials from your school, which is why they will need your transcript, or they might need you to send your transcript directly from like your school, to send it directly to them. They will have their PO box where you can send these credentials. Okay, so most of you out there, you have these credentials, you have all these requirements. Probably you just need to go and write your IELTS, and there are IELTS centers back home. So go read for this IELTS, write it. Maybe 1 or 2 things that you need just to add to every other qualifications that you have. But no, you will not do your research. You'll be asking for link. You're asking for link. No, be there asking for link. It's okay. So after filing your expression of interest application, then you're going to be invited by the state. That's when you can now start applying for job. Then they're going to invite you to now apply for your visa, give you the job and all that. And then you need to meet their health and character requirements. So of course, police check. They do a lot of health check. You need to do some medical checks, X-ray, and all those parts are there at the later stage when you have started applying for your visa. All right. So yeah, that's the summary of, guys, to be honest, this whole pathway, it's very straightforward. I don't know why people say it's complex. People come to me, this pathway is complex, that pathway is complex. It's because you do not do your research properly. When you do your research properly, it's not going to be complex. And ask questions. Reach out to people, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. People are there. Message them, ask questions on their comments, subscribe to their channels and ask questions. They will help you so that you can better yourself. Please and please, let's change our attitude for the better. Okay, like I always say, information is key and information is power. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to see you in my next video. I don't know the next profession I'm going to talk about, or if I get the next profession to talk about, I'll come here and let you guys know. Until then, I wish you guys all the best. Chase your goals. Your goals are valid. And see you guys in my next video. Bye. I'm so tired.
Every little thing you do, it gets me thinking. Buy another shot, you got me drinking.